Let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're deconstructing something absolutely wild, Jesse Campbell's juicedUP Omega engine. This isn't just your standard collection of productivity apps. No, it's a highly gamified, fully interconnected personal operating system built to push human output to its absolute limits. If you've ever wondered what happens when you smash together generative AI, custom code, and a totally relentless hustle mentality, well, you're in the exact right place.
Right off the bat, this system just hits you with this edgy, almost cyberpunk vibe. I mean, look at this quote from its automated emails demanding a cognitive sync baseline of 432 Hz. That right there tells us we are definitely not dealing with boring, run-of-the-mill spreadsheets here. We're looking at a deeply immersive, highly curated digital ecosystem that literally expects you to operate at peak human performance.
Here's the roadmap for our explainer today. 1. Inside the Omega engine. 2. The hustle hack gamification. 3. Automating the workspace matrix. 4. Building the AI brain. And finally, 5. The architect and the future.
Starting off with part 1, inside the Omega engine, where we unify platforms into a live command center.
So zooming out to the macro level, it's really cool to see how everyday off-the-shelf platforms get stitched together into a living, breathing ecosystem. You've got Google Drive, but here it's acting as the sovereign vault, completely transformed from a basic file folder into a live operations dashboard. Then Google Keep steps in to handle the 8-card sprint action tracking, which is brilliant for minimizing cognitive load. But the system goes even further. It actively forces audio isolation using a YouTube music stream, specifically the Chill Music Lab, to lock in that 432 Hz focus baseline we just talked about. Top it all off with high-tech Canva visual arrays and some JSON repair middleware, and the whole shebang is wrapped in this premium dark mode aesthetic.
Moving right along to part 2, the hustle hack gamification. This is the philosophical fuel powering the whole system. Get this. The entire framework is built on top of a 138-card hustle hack gamification layer. So instead of staring at a boring traditional to-do list, the Omega engine manages this massive deck of strategic principles, or cards, that you actually have to learn, implement, and master. It basically turns your daily grind into a high-stakes role-playing game where doing your actual work earns you experience points.
And when you look at these cards, the framework just beautifully meshes stoic entrepreneurial culture, behavioral finance, and radical compounding. Take HHO4, Data Don't Lie, as a prime example, reminding us that signals always precede consensus. Or HHO7, a classic from the crypto space, drilling in the idea that liquidity equals optionality. Then you've got these incredible mindset cards, like HHO60, which enforces a mandatory 24-hour delay to just completely kill FOMO-driven errors, and HHO61, applying James Clear's atomic habits logic to prove that daily 1% gains actually equal a 37x annual return. You know, these aren't just cute motivational quotes. They are hard, actionable directives designed for multi-decade longevity, and the system tracks every bit of it.
Okay, part 3, automating the matrix. Let's look at the mechanical Google Apps script layer.
This right here is the exact real-time event intercept trigger logic that enforces the rules and basically nukes manual data entry. The literal second you change a card status to implement it, the engine intercepts that edit. Boom. It auto-stamps the date to definitively prove when you took action, and then it instantly cranks your Mastery XP up to 100. It's all happening entirely in the background, which is exactly how you keep a user in a completely frictionless state of flow.
But here's the kicker. The system does not just wait around for you to act. Think of this specific script as your relentless, neon-drenched digital accountability partner that wakes up every single morning just to make sure you aren't slacking off. Every day, right at 8 a.m., it crawls through your workspace, hunts down the absolute biggest bottleneck in your sprint queue, and blasts you with a highly stylized HTML-formatted email. It literally commands you to activate a specific card to push your velocity metrics higher. No hiding from that.
And to even reach that coveted implemented status in the first place, the system enforces this super strict 75 XP validation loop target. You see, the engine demands proof of effort. You can't just lazily check a box. You actually have to generate enough experience points through tangible action to cross that 75 XP threshold. Only then will the system automatically bump up your status.
Oh, and this is absolutely my favorite part. If you manage to hit a specific trigger on card HHO50, the code actually bypasses its own traditional constraints to pop up a gamified Easter egg. Just imagine, you're plugging away in your spreadsheet, logging your progress, and suddenly the UI lights up alerting you that you just pulled a rare, secret edition card, the Rainbow Steely, as it calls it. It immediately commands you to deploy a Python pipeline to capture your new asset. I mean, what an incredibly fun way to inject a little joy and surprise into your daily operational software.
Which brings us to part 4, building the AI brain. This is all about integrating Gemini and the Model Context Protocol.
Now, the absolutely crucial thing to understand here is that the Model Context Protocol, or MCP, is the bridge that actually lets the JuiceBot fire zap your webhooks and physically alter local files. Because think about it, without this protocol, an AI is really just a glorified chatbot trapped inside a browser window. But with MCP, the AI is suddenly granted hands and feet. It can read your local environment, completely understand the context, and autonomously execute real commands, like firing off a webhook to trigger an entire automated workflow. It's a total game changer.
You can really think of this precise TypeScript logic as a super strict, 3-step secret handshake between two highly trained diplomats exchanging credentials. First millisecond, the client announces itself and shares its capabilities. Boom. 50 milliseconds later, the server responds, basically saying, "Hey, I'm JuiceBot, and here are the specific tools you're allowed to use." Then, at millisecond 100, the client fires back a confirmation, locking that connection right in. It's this seamless, ultra-rapid exchange that securely powers all of the AI's autonomous actions.
But stepping beyond just the code for a second, the Omega engine also leverages Gemini using a remarkably simple 3-step process to generate a personalized Work With Me proxy assistant. Step 1. It literally ingests and analyzes 6 solid months of your sent emails to learn exactly how you operate. Step 2, it synthesizes all that raw data into a highly polished first-person style guide. And Step 3, you just paste that output into a shareable Gemini gem. Just like that, you've given your team an interactive AI that knows exactly how to collaborate with you.
And the true depth of this AI analysis is just wild. It extracts your exact psychological and operational traits straight from your past communications. It's not just taking a wild guess at who you are, it's looking at hard behavioral data. It pinpoints your implicit decision-making frameworks, like what are the core questions you always ask before you'll approve a project. It maps out your communication do's and don'ts, meaning your AI proxy can enforce your personal boundaries and prep your colleagues before they even step foot into a meeting with you.
Finally, we arrive at part 5, the architect and the future. Let's zoom out to Jesse Campbell's overarching mission.
So, wrapping our heads around all of this, you realize the Omega engine isn't just a fun little productivity toy. It is the direct, tangible manifestation of an AI systems architect's roadmap for scaling human output. Looking at Jesse Campbell's digital portfolio, there's this crystal-clear progression. Year 1, the focus is heavily on building out the exact agent systems and automation portfolios we just took apart. By year 3, that goal shifts entirely to taking those internal tools and launching them to the public as scalable AI platform products. And fast forward to year 5, the ultimate vision is to operate this full juiced-up Omega architecture as a massively matured, AI-driven ecosystem.
So, I'm going to leave you with a bit of a provocative question to chew on. If an AI analyzed your workspace right now, today, what kind of bottlenecks would it find? And honestly, how close are you to building your own Omega engine? The components are all out there, from AppScript to the Model Context Protocol, just waiting for you to stitch them together. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this explainer. Keep optimizing, keep building, and definitely keep pushing your own cognitive baseline.